Warning, Social Security just got slashed. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now in this video, I do want to talk about the details of a new report that was just released, specifically focused on Social Security and Medicare, and where these programs will likely be over the coming months and the next few years. We just got a pretty big update, and I do want to share all those details for you right here in this video, and what it means for the millions upon millions of beneficiaries. Let's get into it as we have a lot to discuss. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as we are rapidly approaching 500,000 subscribers right here on the channel, which is absolutely amazing, and it would mean so much to me if you hit that subscribe button right down below. And also remember, because I am your one and only daily advocate, it is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community to continuously be here right by your side every single day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these short videos, as it's a very busy, confusing, and a very uncertain time right now. But again, which is exactly why I'm here for you as much as I can be, as I'm here to educate and I'm here to inform of what's actually going on and what it means for you and your monthly benefit, as well as just staying posted on what's actually happening, since it's such a busy and weird time. Either way, thanks again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about all the details of this new report and what it means for the millions of beneficiaries. All right, so we do have a lot to unpack here in this report, but let me buzz through all these details here because there's a lot of different specifics, and I want to make sure that we get all of these points, and at the same time make this video relatively short, because that's what I like to do, which is why I try to talk as fast as I can, but at the same time make sure that's understandable as well, right? So anyway, let's buzz through this. So first off, a new report along with many other reports have been released, but this one is out of the CBO, Congressional Budget Office. In fact, as of recent, we've had a lot of reports coming out of the CBO talking about Social Security. Again, a good thing, right? The more that we can get Social Security in the spotlight, the better off we're all going to be, right? So it's a good thing. The more reports that we see about Social Security, the more that we see Congress and the administration talking about Social Security, and honestly, even going back and forth at each other, going after Social Security, that's a good thing, right? The more attention we can get on this program, the better off it's going to be. So this is good, right? All right, so anyway, this new report out of CBO is talking about a lot of different numbers here. So let me throw out some different numbers so we can put all this into perspective here in just a second. So in fiscal year 2022, Social Security was paying out $1.2 trillion of benefits just in fiscal year 2022. However, it's anticipated by fiscal year 2033, Social Security is going to be paying out $2.4 trillion in benefits. Now, this is just Social Security benefits, okay? Now, they also projected by that same time, 2033, between Social Security and Medicare, they'll be paying out $4 trillion. Now, according to their estimates as well, by that time, this will be 10% of GDP, as in gross domestic product, or basically production here in the United States. Now, as of right now, in fiscal year 2022, it was 4.8% just from Social Security benefits, and in 2033, it's going to be about 6% of Social Security benefits, accounting for 6% of GDP. Again, my point is, it's a lot, right? Now, again, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it is a lot. It takes, it's a huge portion of basically GDP here in the United States, right? Now, here's what they also said in this report. They said that Medicare, not Medicaid, but Medicare will be insolvent by 2028. Wait, 2028? That's only a couple years away, right? That's not that far away from right now, right? So we're only talking about 5 years from right now. That is getting very scary close here for Medicare. However, when it comes down to Social Security, previously, remember, they've been talking about insolvency somewhere between 2033 and 2034, so about 10 to 11 years or so. However, update, they just said, according to the latest numbers and the latest statistics as far as what they just ran on this, they're now looking at an insolvency date for Social Security of 2032. Wait, what? 2032? That's what they're now saying, is now 2032. So we just lost 1 to 2 years by insolvency for Social Security. That's a big deal. Now we're down sub 10 years. We're now down to about 9 years before insolvency. Now, this is the report out of CBO. However, Here in just a couple months, we're going to be getting the next report out of the Social Security Board of Trustees, and they'll be giving us the latest report as far as the finances, and they'll be giving their perspective on insolvency and Social Security as well. So that's going to be another key report that we'll need to watch very closely, but that's getting scary close here, right? So that's something we got to watch here very, very closely. Now, when it comes down to it, does this mean that your monthly benefit is going to be, reduced or anything like this right now? Right now, you're good, okay? Right now, nothing is going on with this as far as reductions, anything like that. However, when it comes down to it, we got to watch Congress very, very closely. Like I said a couple minutes ago, Congress is talking a ton about Social Security right now. The administration is talking a ton about Social Security right now. We're seeing reports out of CBO, as well as all of these other people out there right now talking about Social Security. It's a good thing. However, we got to watch this because here is what I am seeing in Congress, and this is likely going to have the highest likelihood of happening, okay? Now, over the past several weeks and the past few months here, I've been talking about a lot of different proposals coming out of Congress as far as what they want to do to change or reform Social Security. There's been a lot of them that are kind of out there, way out in outer space, you know what I mean, that are way out there, kind of crazy ideas, but here are some of them that continuously have that have support in Congress, okay? So here would be my biggest anticipation as far as what will likely be happening with these programs. Number one, raising payroll taxes. So that is what I foresee happening is number one, raising payroll taxes as well as raising the maximum taxable earnings. So we've talked about that before as well. Right now in 2023, it is $160,200 of income that is taxable by Social Security. Next, pushing out the full retirement age. I know, we've talked about this before. I know it's an unpopular idea, but unfortunately, this is something that will likely for surely be happening. The reason I say that is because, as of right now, the full retirement age is capped out at 67. Well, they've been talking about pushing it out to 68, 69, and 70, and realistically, according to all the different projections, all the different proposals that have been coming out there, talking about what they can do to change Social Security, I would say it comes down to these two things: raising taxes and pushing out the full retirement age. Like, heaven forbid that they actually get a little bit creative. I mean, seriously, let's be real for a second. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they always come back to. Come on, Congress, be a little bit creative and think of something a little bit more original here. You know what I mean? This is what they always come back to. Their default is always raise taxes. Is that really the best answer for everything? Raise taxes? I mean, seriously? I think a lot of people just get sick of it after a while. Constantly them coming after our wallets. You know what I mean? But this is something that they always go to, and this is likely something that they will be doing yet again, raising more taxes on everybody. So just keep that in mind. This is likely what they will be doing according to what I've been seeing out there. This one, along with pushing out the full retirement age, a combination of the two is likely going to be the solution as far as what they do to reform Social Security. Now, there are some other plans out there. Some of them are really crazy. Some of them are not good at all. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty decent. And they could do all of this without impacting beneficiaries. So these are the reports. But the biggest key takeaway out of this one, I would say the insolvency date being pushed to 2032, a couple years earlier, is a little bit alarming at this point, right? So that is something we got to pay attention to because this is their projection. What if it gets, with the next report that we see come out, what if it gets pushed down to, say, 2031 or 2030? Now we're really, kind of playing with fire here because now we're only a handful of years out. And again, I know that it's, still a long time out, but guess what? It goes fast. It goes very long. It goes very, very fast, right? And again, we know that Congress has a history of moving very slow. So we got time that's moving fast and Congress that moves slow. Well, that sounds like a collision course waiting to happen, right? So anyway, I want to bring this to your attention. This is another report coming out right now. And of course, I'll be right here for you breaking down the rest of the details as I get them. There's a lot of stuff going on out there right now. Either way, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Thanks again for being part of the community. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to share this video with your friends, family, social media so they can also see what is going on out there. And also go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos shared on the channel. Thanks again. I really do appreciate it. Take care and catch you again later in the next